Welcome back to Learn BC. You're here with Jared, and we're in the series Finance 101, Chart of Accounts, SOP-7, the Dimensions. Dimensions is a super powerful tool I love in the design of any customer system, so you can get rich reporting out of the system after you've implemented. And some teams leave Dimensions to the last thing after go live, months later, years later, and then they regret not taking this seriously beforehand. It's better that you do the deep dive early, use the dimensions, and be able to tear apart your financial records in basically pivoting it in all sorts of directions. Before we get into this, remembering how we run our workshops, we'll go through the context and rules, the trigger, the preconditions, key principles, the procedure step by step, and I'll give you visual cues, the outcomes, the exceptions, and what the post conditions look like. And please like, comment, share, subscribe, show us some love, email us at how@learnbc.today. Get behind the channel, ask any questions, and we'll definitely be keen to have your questions answered or write content specifically for you to help you with your business. Well, let's get into it. So Dimensions for Business Central, the trigger here is that there's a new reporting segment, department, cost center project, customer, location, area, all sorts of things. And it's required for financial analysis, and a new GL count is not appropriate. Okay, so some customers I've seen have had tens of thousands of GL codes, thousands and thousands. Like many customers come in with 5,000 GL codes, and we help them consolidate that down under a couple of hundred. The preconditions here is you've got your finance manager's approval on this. You don't change dimensions without an architectural perspective. I'd even go as far as saying you should talk to your partner and let them know what you're doing. Dimension name and values are agreed with management, and the accounts or master records for default dimensions are identified. So that's point number one. Point number two here, key principles, is dimensions replace account profilation. So the idea that I've got vehicles, trucks, and I've got a expense account for them being fuel or maintenance, whatever it is. And instead of creating 20 different GL codes for the 20 different trucks, now you can have one code and you can have a dimension value mandatory called truck, which means there's always going to be the number plate of each expense in that, and then you can pivot the data. Limit dimensions to financial reporting. Don't use it for statistics. And set mandatory dimensions where required. So it's definitely advantageous to set mandatory dimensions on your general ledger. Critical warning, changing global dimensions. One or two triggers a batch job that updates existing GL entries. Schedule it off peak. Don't do it during office hours, otherwise you're going to have a problem. So the process is quite straightforward. Create the dimension, you search dimensions, you create it, and then you create the dimension values. We already have in Cronus a whole heap here in this demo database of dimensions, which we'll use for today. But I've created a new truck dimension I'll show you. Assign global dimension and shortcut dimensions, which we'll take you through. Set the dimensions on master records. So I'm going to do that on the income GL code, set code mandatory for certain things, and configure dimension combinations. So that may be applicable. I'll take you through that and test. So that's what you need to do. Exception handling here, dimensions value is missing on a posted entry. Well, you can go fix that. Okay, you just look it up on the GL entry and go fix it, or use correct dimension values batch job, or update default dimension assignments. Global dimension change fails. Don't try it straight away. Wait till the end of the day. Okay, the business is probably busy and you've got a table lock, and it's gonna stop and cause a problem. So post conditions, it's all looking beautiful. You're able to add the dimensions and the values, defaults, flow, global or shortcut dimensions assignments are updated if required, and test transaction confirms dimension is captured directly. Financial reports can be filtered by the new dimension. So that's what we want. Let's go take a look in Business Central. So in BC, in my Cronus database, I've got the chart of accounts and I've got an income statement. I'm going to duplicate this window just so we can keep coming back to this. So I've filtered to the income statement because I want to focus on these 4100 to 4200 GL accounts. Okay. Now, in the new window, I'm going to go into dimensions. Helps if I spell my. All right. Duplicate another window, and in here we're going to talk through some of the master data. So what we've got here is we've got an area dimension, customer, and customer group. This is generally assigned to master data. For example, a customer. So if I went into my customers, I went into Adatum, customer and dimensions, I can see here that it's been assigned to this customer. So by default, whenever we trade with this customer, these dimensions are going to be applied to whatever hits the general ledger. So the same goes for vendors. If it's an item, I've got a product code there, and you can see here against the Athens desk, item and dimensions, I've gone and put an Athens desk. But how does this work back on the chart of accounts? If I look at this sales account and I go account, dimensions, multiple, I can see here that I've got some settings here that have been set. I'm going to put initiator in here and remove salesperson. There we go. All right. And so what we have here is I want to know the area of a transaction, the customer who it's for. I've hard-coded a dimension called group here, so I can put that straight on the GL account. I've put an initiator. There may be also product. Okay, and so product is mandatory, initiator is mandatory. If you don't have it, it's going to throw an error on the document. I'm going to show you that as we step through this. What else would I put there at the moment? That will, the location, it's mandatory. So this means that if you try to post something, create a GL entry without the mandatory records, it's going to fail. And regardless, if you create an entry, it's going to tag BNE to this group on the sales account. So let's see what this looks like in creating a new dimension. I went and create a truck. So I just create new truck. And once I created that, I went into dimension values, just here. And I've set 2 number plates for 2 trucks. Okay. And so that now gives me the ability that if I was purchasing, and I'm not going to go through purchasing today, this is just to show you how you can create it. And then you apply it to your master data. Now, we've applied it also to the purchaser salespeople accounts. And so I've created a Jared account, and you can see in here there's an initiator dimension code. There's also codes on our locations. So if I go into main, I can see in here under dimension, there's a location dimension. So all of these master data have these dimensions, and the dimensions are going to pass down into your sales or purchase documents. And when you post, it's going to flow into your chart of accounts, which will quality check based on code mandatory. Is it required? Yes, it is. Do you have it? If you don't, it's going to fail. Let's take a look at what that looks like. So sales order, new sales order, and to Adatum. And I'm going to change my salesperson code here to JC to me. All right. And I'm now a salesperson on there. And before we've done anything, if I look at the order and the dimensions, I can see here, we've already got an area customer group from the customer, and from the salesperson, I've got JC. So if we now select an item, well, before I do, let's select the location, main. It's going to change the location, and let's set an item. And let's say 5, 6 of these. There we go, 6 it is. Well, a couple of things is going on. Okay, let's go line, related, and dimensions. You can see here, I got an area, a customer group, initiator, location, and the product item code of all flowed in from the master data, the customer, the vendor, the item, the location, the salesperson, purchaser. All of these things are master data, and it flows into the record. Now you can see here, dimension priorities. Now I get the ability, if I was wanting to look at a sales line, let's see here. I'm wanting to use, let's just use a customer here, all right, as an object. I've got the ability to set on a sale, okay, when there's a customer, or if there is a, let's go, an item, or if there's, what else would I use? A location. There we go. What priority dimension wins if there's a conflict? So dimension priorities are not configured at the moment, which is fine. This is not as part of your SOP, but you can think about that and it will just validate and just make sure that there's no conflicts in your dimension priorities. The other thing we talked about is your dimension combination. This is used to restrict and lock the system that if, for example, this dimension product is used, it cannot be used with truck. So I'm going to scroll over here to product to truck, because one's for a sale and one, so I'm going to block this. And so you'll never get an instance where the truck dimension is used at the same time as the product dimension. And that way you get yourself a bit of quality control around the combinations, etc. So part of our SOP ran through 6 steps. It was create a dimension, create the values. We showed you through the truck value. We showed you the different dimensions that have been created there in our demo suite here. Assign the global or shortcut dimensions is already done in here. Let's go to the general setup, general ledger setup. And underneath dimensions, you can see my globals, and you can change your global under home, change global dimensions. Here's the globals are set, and then I've got shortcut codes for 6 other dimensions, which means when I scroll over on the line, I can see my global dimensions, but also my shortcut dimensions already set. All right, so that's pretty cool. So we've got here on this document 6, we don't have advanced warehousing, but let's just say I'm going to go to the document and I'm going to delete the initiator off this document. Okay, and the location. What's going to happen? I'm going to hit close. You've changed. Do you want to update the lines? Yes. So if I check the line, the dimensions for those 2 are gone. Let's go try and post this by previewing. What's going to happen? You now have errors. There's a couple of things missing. The dimension code initiator is missing, and JC is required for the salesperson because I'm the salesperson purchaser. The location code of main is required under main, and it's required on the document. So let's go have a look and fix that. Let's go back into dimensions and hit my initiator and put it back. So the quality check is working, and my location as main. Cool. All right. Press yes and yes. And if I check the line, they've flowed from the header to the line. That's working. Let's go home and preview posting, and you're going to find that that actually will work now. Now, what does this look like? I'm going to set the posting date to, I'll just leave it as it is at the moment, the default. I'm just going to hit post, ship an invoice. Yes, it's done. Let's go back to the chart of accounts. On the sales account, I can now see a transaction for today from 101012. Right? If I scroll over, I can see dimensions that have been provided, that are shortcut dimensions are showing on the line. I could go into entry and in dimensions. This is now going to help us with our reporting, and we can use this in multiple different things. You've got your analytical reports, you've got your financial reports. Your main reporting will also provide you the ability to use your global dimensions, your chart of accounts. You can go chart of accounts and filter by your global dimensions as well. Okay, so using dimensions, posting transactions to it into the GL entries, and then using this to pull apart your data sensational because you can do a lot more things. So if you were to track the postcode of every customer, I've got one of my clients actually tracks the postcode of where the customer is located, where they made the order, and also their ship to location is tracked. There's a bit of coding they did for that, but what it allowed them to do is do a massive heat map of 1,000 orders a day and see over a period of a month where the bulk of their business is coming from and going to. Dimensions gives you the ability to understand accountabilities. I can see my salespeople, what they're making. I can see my locations, how they're performing. We can use this from a departmental perspective to create a department-based or division-based profit and loss or balance sheet. So there's so many benefits of dimensions and doing dimensions well. Highly recommend that you do a workshop and sit down and plan. But my only caveat I would say is this, is it needs to be able to flow without human intervention for your core business practice. So that means as you sell, pick, pack, and ship, nobody should know the dimension exists. It should all be inbuilt into your process. When you onboard a client, the dimension is created for the customer. When you set up a new location, it's created. So when you add items, it's created. So you've got a method that maintains the integrity of creation. The second caveat is you need to set code mandatory on your whole chart of accounts for what GL code requires which dimension, and then you test it and you make sure that it never pops up with an error. The exception to this is the finance team should always have to code departmental related expenses. So as you get your lease or your rent, property cost, you may want to split that across 5 departments. That's a whole other conversation for another time. But and if you're using an OCR solution, you just apply and allocate. You can use an allocation account and it would allocate that appropriately automatically. So we can talk at another time on that, but the point being is the dimension should be set. So if you're always sitting in dimensions, you're going to be in a healthy position. Your reporting will work, your upstream reporting, your board, your executive will be super happy because they can see more than what they've ever seen before. I'll see you in the next video.